Well, hello guys. Welcome back. Loki's laughing at me because he says you finally met your match and he thinks it's funny. Anyhow, uh, I've dealt with a goddess off and on during my life, and we're going to play a fun game of identify the goddess. I can think of 4 or 5 goddesses it might be, and she came back into my life a few days ago, and I'm not going to describe what she looks like because I've been down that rabbit hole too many times, and people snatch onto, oh, she wears this color, oh, her hair's that color, oh, she's tall, she's short, she's this, she's that, and that's how they're making the ID. I don't think it's going to help. And I get the idea anyhow that she's given me what she wants me to see, that it's like a lie, it's like a mask. And, she's friendly enough towards me, and she decides she wants me for her own, and I keep telling her every time she comes around, I have other duties, I can't work with you. And she's got a nasty streak of how wide is what she's got. I tried to call my friend today. I thought her God was nudging me to call her. And then I realized every time I've tried to call her, it's like this mothering instinct has been coming out in me. And what'd she do today? She snuck out of the house and she went to the dollar store. hmm And I got really angry, but surprisingly, I didn't yell or anything, probably because Asmodeus was putting his hand on my shoulder. And after the phone call, I'm raging, of course, because she put herself at risk and she didn't even realize she did anything wrong. She's like a little kid at Christmas. She went out to the dollar store and she went here. I knew she was going to tell me she ate out, but she thought better of it. And I thought, well, the die is cast. You did it now. I can't call it back. I'm not goddess. And I didn't say anything, I didn't yell at her or anything else. And I tried to stay pleasant, even though I was enraged. And all these feelings are coming up, mostly motherly feelings. So if I'm going to kill you, you little brat, I've been here worried about you. And where the hell are you? And you snuck out of the house. I'm going to kill you. Anyhow, this goddess is suggesting, totally serious, straight-faced, and downright gleefully, because I could feel her really happy when I lost my temper like that, of legitimately taking an elderly person and making them sit outside for a while. And I said, we don't kill people anymore just because they made an error in judgment. And she says it would be a fitting punishment, the panel teacher, to not do it. And I'm like, you're a monster. And she's like, no. And I said, she's an elder and she's not your human to pass judgment on. I said I did a formal thing. I handed her back to her god while I was in a rage before I cursed her. And she says, you should have cursed her. She had it coming. And I said, what's wrong with you? Why do you always do this? Why do you got to come in and be destruction and, be pissed off with people? And the littlest thing they did wrong, she fucked up. She forgot she fucked up. She gonna see Jesus if she wasn't lucky, but chances are she got lucky and she didn't get COVID. And, she's like, she would really, if it were up to her, she would punish and she would punish severely. I said, and then you wonder why nobody wants to work with you and I don't want to work with you because I already get enough punishment handed out by Odin or Loki, and they usually make the punishment fit the crime. I said, no. And I said, you'll go contrary to them just to go contrary to them. I know you well enough. You'll go, she'll work contrary to them. Whatever they want, she'll pick the opposite. And it might not even be what she wants. She just wants to piss them off. I said, you're always ready for a fight. You're already always ready to cause trouble. You're always ready to come in and take over and shove all the gods out of the way. I said, this is why nobody likes you, and I'm nothing like you, and don't you dare say I am like you. I'm yelling at this goddess that, she's got a kind of mean streak that she would put an elder outside to make them think about what they've done because she doesn't give a shit how old they are. They did something wrong. They breached a social contract. She's going to go make them sit outside. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? I said, you know what we should do? We can make her go sit in the garage with the car running. How does that sound? We can close up all the windows. How long? Jesus Christ. Anyhow. And I know she's trying to cover up her real nature, and she's doing a really bad job of it. And she was giving me wolves like for a couple of days. And I do think she legitimately has wolves. But I do think she tries to masquerade as other goddesses, where she is the mean-spirited mother wolf, and I could think of a few more words to call her, but she's nasty. She is nasty. And I couldn't figure out why my temper was going off today. I mean, I was trying to do everything, and meditate and everything, and she has this effect on me that when she's coming around, my temper's as bad as hers is. And I said, we can't both be flying off the handle constantly. This is why I won't work with you. And I went to Odin, and Odin isn't going to have anything to do with it. And I went to Loki, and Loki isn't going to have anything to do with it. Asmodeus doesn't feel like, fighting and tangling with her. And I told her, and I'm being careful because part of me knows that if I just flat out say no, I'll have war on my hands. And I said, you can come in and demand all you like because she'll treat me like a daughter. And I said, you can demand all you like because her idea is you're not watching any of these sissy games because you're pagans, damn it. I should play the Dracula game next. She said they need something with blood and violence in it. And I looked at her and I said, some of us might, tend your way. Some of us might be red of tooth and claw, especially if you have a predator totem. But I said, don't you think this is the time to not do that? And she looked at me and said, how soft and weak have you humans gotten? And she's a lot of a lot is what she is. I was looking up a certain name and I was looking up a certain goddess, which I didn't have to because I know all the horror stories about this goddess. She could be one of several goddesses. And I'm pretty damn sure the appearance she wears with me is just a costume she puts on because she's trying to get next to me. And she's sneaky, and she's mean-spirited, and she's spiteful just for fun. She'd put a curse on you as soon as look at you. And I'm like, why the hell do these ones always pick me out? Why? Why can't I get the nice goddess of kittens and love? No, I get the ones that are a little cracked in the head. And I looked at her and I said, I think you're actually insane. And she just smiled at me. She's mean. She's nasty. She makes me look nice. And I'm aware I have an attitude problem. She's mean. She's nasty. She thinks she's my mother. And, to do a comparison, it's not Angerboda, by the way. To do a comparison, Angerboda is fucking chill in comparison. Angerboda, in fact, looks at her like she's a loose cannon and doesn't say anything because Angerboda will just walk off and not enter the conversation. Odin backs off and isn't having any of the war. That's inviting him to come over and join the war because it's going to be a war party. Doesn't everybody want to fight? And usually it's in the old way we used to do something. If a god or goddess kicks off something in you that they're noted for, it can be a blessing and a curse. Like if Loki can make you playful and laugh, that's good. But if a war goddess pisses you off and you have a chip on your shoulder all of a sudden and you're going to fight everybody, that's bad. And I've tried relaxing into her and working with her, and it's just like when she's with me, I just want to punch everybody in principle, so we don't work well together. But she's decided I'm her child, and I'm like, no, go away. I don't like you. And I'm pretty damn sure I know who she is because I had a certain god following me around going, I don't know that I'd fight with her. I said, well, I can't serve her. I said, I already have obligations. I have Odin and Loki, who are both like steadily backing away. And he says, yeah, I know you do, but she's your mother. I said, since when is she my mother? Do I look like I have, like, I don't believe in bloodlines, but I said, do I look like I have the bloodline or something? He looked at me like I just committed suicide, and he goes, she can hear you. And I said, I don't care if she can hear me. He goes, you're exactly like her. And I said, I am not. You take that back. And he goes, da, da, da. But yeah, mommy came back. Such a blessing in my life. And I told her tonight, I said, well, you kind of gave me wolves mentally. I said, but I haven't gotten any wolves. I haven't gotten any of your other animals, if the wolves are hers. And I said, you haven't given me anything else. And this god is trying to save me from her. And he's like, let's go look on Steam and go look at your Steam page. And I could tell he's praying to whatever gods pray to that something comes up for her. And nothing came up. And he said, I would stop trying to have a word with her because you're gonna get it. She's getting near the edge. You're gonna get it and you're gonna get knocked on your ass. And I said, but it doesn't seem like a good idea. It doesn't seem like a good fit. But let's play Guess the Goddess. And I think most people can, and they're like, oh shit, you picked a fight with her? Really? Do you wanna die? I fight with the old man. I fight with the old man. He's known for getting a terrible temper on him and doing hideous things to people, and I fight with him on a daily basis. And like, goes, yeah, Odin loves it. Odin loves his people to fight with him, and I think that's what she's doing. She's trying to pick a fight with me and get me to do what Odin does. The first couple times Odin picked a fight with me, I wouldn't dare fight with him. And then I was like, fuck it, old man, you made me mad, and I, I was fighting with him. And I think she wants me to do the same thing with her. I think she wants me to be like, okay, I'm gonna clean your clock. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you're the goddess of. Yeah, if I end up in the hospital, you know why. But yeah, she's a nasty woman. She is. She is. I'll say that myself. She's a nasty woman, and I had legitimate reasons I don't want to work with her. I said, I've seen how your children become. I've seen what becomes of them. I said, no, not for me, thank you. And I don't know. She does this. She's really intensely interested for a couple weeks, and she goes away. And she's really intensely interested for a while, and then she goes away. She's been around before, and the old timers of the channel are like, "Oh shit! Please don't start a fight with her, not now." But she seems, I don't know. She seems, I don't know. I don't want anything to do with her, and she knows it. She knows it. But I'm being very careful to pick my battles with her because you definitely know if we're goddess when you're dealing with one, and it's not a thing. I'm definitely picking my battles here, and I'm watching her, and I'm getting, when gods from their own pantheon show up and go, yeah, I wouldn't fuck around this time. I would just give her what she wants. You're nice. But play Guess the Goddess. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.